Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making chicken and broccoli. Now, if you know me, I love chicken and broccoli, and it's my favorite go-to for any Chinese takeout, and I want to learn how to make it at home. This meal is really tasty and easy to make, and I can't wait for you guys to try it too. So, let's get started. Alright, for these ingredients, we're going to need 1 large head of broccoli, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 6 boneless chicken thighs, or about 1.5 pounds worth. Then we're going to need some salt and black pepper to taste, 2 cloves of garlic that we're going to finely chop, about 3 green onions finely chopped, 1 inch of ginger finely chopped and peeled, 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, 6 tablespoons of honey, and finally 6 tablespoons of hot water. Alright, so to get things started, we're going to take the large head of broccoli and cut off all the florets from the large stalk. And then once you have all the florets cut away from the stalk of the broccoli, you just want to make sure that each floret is about a bite size. So you can take your knife and chop down some of the larger pieces. And you want to aim for all the pieces to be about the same size so that when you steam them, they all cook evenly. So once they're all chopped to the size of your liking, we can set those aside and move on to preparing the chicken. So you want to season all the chicken with a thin layer of salt and black pepper on both sides and press the seasoning into the meat. And then we want to dice the chicken into bite-sized pieces. And cutting up chicken thighs can be somewhat tedious, but a lot of the pieces will fall away from the fat that's holding it on. But you always want to make sure you cut off any excess fat from this meat. And you definitely want to use chicken thighs for this recipe and not chicken breast, because using chicken thighs results in a tender and delicious texture to the dish once it's all said and done. And so once all the chicken thighs have been prepared, we can set that aside for now as well. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. Moving on to the green onion, all you need to do is dice it into finely chopped pieces along the length of the green onion. And I find it easiest just to cut them all 3 at once. And once you have all your pieces of green onion, we can set it aside. And I normally discard the white portion of the green onion. Next up, we have our piece of ginger. All you want to do is peel away the outer skin of the ginger, and then once that's fully exposed, you just want to chop up the ginger into finely diced pieces so that your entire dish can get some of that flavor. And finally, for prep, we want to finely mince the garlic cloves, and so all I do is take a blade and dice those up just as small as the ginger before it. And once we have all these ingredients prepped, we can move on to cooking. So starting with the broccoli, you want to fill a large pot or pan with 1 inch of water. And if you have a steamer, you want to place it inside. And the water should just barely touch the broccoli while it sits in the steamer. You want to bring the water to a boil on about high heat, or 450 degrees Fahrenheit, or 232 degrees Celsius. And then once it's boiling, we can add the broccoli. And then you want to sprinkle a dash or 2 of salt over the broccoli. I normally use kosher salt for this part. And then you want to cover the pot and reduce the heat to medium heat, or about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or 176 degrees Celsius. And you want to allow the broccoli to steam for about 7 minutes, or until the broccoli is bright green and tender. And once it reaches this state, we can remove the pot from the heat while we prepare the rest of the dish. So now in a large wok or frying pan with the vegetable oil, you want to heat this over high heat or 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 232 degrees Celsius. You just want to make sure that the vegetable oil coats the entire cooking surface. And so now you want to add all the chicken thigh pieces to the pan in an even single layer. And you want to brown all the sides of the chicken on medium-high heat, or about 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. And then once all the sides of the chicken have been nice and browned, we can remove them from the heat. This process seals all the juiciness inside the chicken thighs so that the end result of your dish will not only be packed with flavor, but the best texture that you could ask for. So once all the chicken's removed from the pan, we want to add a little bit more oil to the pan if necessary. And then we want to fry our garlic, the green onions, and the chopped ginger for about 30 seconds or until the ingredients are fragrant. After that time is up, we want to go ahead and return the seared chicken to the cooking surface and then follow that up by adding the soy sauce, the hoisin sauce, and the hot water. And we want to bring this entire pan to a boil, mixing all of the ingredients together so that it's all evenly coated in the sauce. And then to add another layer of flavor to this dish, we want to drizzle the chicken with some honey and then cover the pot and allow this dish to simmer for about 7 to 10 minutes, turning and drizzling the chicken with honey about halfway through. And after the 10 minutes, the chicken should be cooked through. And it's at this point where we can add the broccoli back to the pan and toss it with the sauce until everything is cooked through. And with that, my favorite thing to do is to serve this dish immediately on a bed of freshly cooked white rice. And just like that, you've made your very own chicken and broccoli dish right at home. Super easy to make and cooks in minutes. I hope this recipe turns into a go-to for you whenever you want to make takeout right at home. And if you're craving some more takeout options, I released a beef and broccoli recipe on my channel as well, so make sure to check that one out too. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine, Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned for next week, where I show you how to make this American staple dish, an apple pie. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine, and until then, peace.